Hi again, YouTube. I just thought I'd kick it around with you for a while here. Had some other thoughts on my mind about the wording that, like, the angels were genderless, or actually it says the angels had no sex in heaven. No, they came down and raped women, but, so evidently they had a gender. Okay, but to get back to the point of, um, first off, we always refer to God as He. He can't be described. Female came out of His thoughts. That doesn't make Him part female. It's like if I bake a loaf of bread. I'm not that loaf of bread. I created a loaf of bread, but I'm not that loaf of bread. He created woman out of His thoughts. Um, really, that explains it fully right there, but I'm gonna have a cigarette with you and talk a little more on God has no gender, neither him or her, like He created him and then her. Separate, two separate things. Woman came out of man, his thoughts. Physically, God was not able to put Himself on this planet physically without the female. But first He had to think the female, create the female. Still the female energy, being the Word, was with Him in His mind from the very beginning. So was what they call the Son of Man, God's male persona coming down into human beings as a man. That male energy, that leadership. He still, if he had to be referred to as a gender, Christ is a man. Not just a man, one that carries the spirit of the Father, like the female does. So, just for all those people out there that just want to insist that things are just exactly, absolutely physical, and that's how we can describe who God is, by using our physical reference. It's impossible, you know? Yes, all energy, anything even that woman did after that was all Him, but she loves Him, so she would never deny who her creator is. But the ones that are going to deny what makes sense and the logic of it all, don't go any further with your egos. There's no reason for it, man or woman, just really get a grip on reality, you know. We're not talking serpent races and parthenogenesis or anything like that. We are talking about human beings, a mother and a father, both directed with the Spirit of God through them, working together as one, as His children. That's what the world is meant to be, not the fallen fairy tales that you're part this or that, or you're of different things in our DNA. Your soul and the spirit are two separate things. The spirit's put into you by God. Your soul is, it's borrowed to us until we earn that for ourselves. That's yours. That's you. That's who you are. any spirit in you is from your creator, whoever you're claiming, you know. I'm not claiming to be the creator. That is God, the Almighty Father. Father also indicates male, for parent, um, you know, the head of the situation. Now, Christ is in control of the heart of the situation, carrying the Holy Spirit, the Mother and the Father combined. He has that complete understanding for us with that and talking to him, but he is not denying his mother. That's and his father, you know. And there's a lot of cultures that incorporate, like they'll call her Mother Earth or whatever, but they still have the great spirit that they know is the Almighty, you know. Many cultures, or they'll try and combine the male and the female in fleshly examples that don't apply because they're still separate working as a team. And it's all of God, yes, but it doesn't make, and yes, God is all of that, but he's so much more, and gifts that he gave us individually, they're of him and from him, but not him. It became you, or it became me. Um, and our understanding of those gifts, that's a big, big deal. You know, I don't believe that it should be overlooked, and that's why I thought I'd try one more time to kind of explain all this from my point of view and from my studies and other people that can actually confirm what I'm thinking and saying is a spiritual, on that spiritual understanding. They've got that, you know. So, how the Spirit of God works through all of us, you know. And I was trying to explain how the mother is the cornerstone that's being denied. And I know that just sounds like freaking arrogant or egotistical from a woman's point of view, but it's absolutely true. This is the equation in the spirit. I am not talking about a man's honor or the King of Kings or, you know, any of this. I am talking on a female standpoint of the nurturing part of the female, the spirit of the female that is being ignored in most cultures for the benefit of mankind and those that cater to that wicked fleshly spirit that we all need to learn how to overcome and control. Once you have control of that, I mean, you can pretty much do whatever you want on this planet. You know, just depends on you if you actually want to ascend your spirit or not. And it's that female energy that is going to calm your soul enough to help you ascend there. You know, and sometimes I have to have God hold that part of me here. It's like, hold my beer, I've got work to do, you know, for a second. You know, I'm not making any excuses. It's just that if somebody brings that out in me, you bring that wrath out in me, you're gonna eat it. One way or another, I'll find a way to make you eat it. I may not be able to shove it down your throat, but God can. And I guess kind of too, that's what this video is about right here, making everybody aware that you cannot describe God in fleshly terms. His energy cannot be described as just the material. It's way beyond that. Our science cannot describe that energy that holds us together on a daily basis. It's his small way of coming down to communicate with us. It's not just, oh, God loves us and um uh he wanted to be with us, yeah. But he made us for kind of almost like entertainment purposes, as sad as that sounds, from loneliness of being all that is to, yeah, fragmenting, but not identical fragments with each our own that was a part of him. Now, to bring that reminder back to our Father of who we are, our soul that he gave us, we need the Spirit help. And this is a Trinity situation. The two, the male and the female, the pillars, the two candlesticks, the two witnesses. Yes. What I'm saying is absolute true, and it makes so much sense. Could we just try logic for a while? That would be so refreshing to me, you know? I'm just trying one more time to make sense out of this Trinity for people because I know they're so stuck in their Zionist and Judaism and their Islamic mindsets or whoever with their down pat, this is exactly the way things are. And every single one of them is not using the Trinity. Why is the Trinity even in the scriptures if people can't articulate that from a fleshly understanding? This is coming from my fleshly understanding as a woman of God, a daughter, a mother, a grandmother, and a great friend, concerned about your spiritual health and your physical well-being and your soul. Your soul number one, you know. So, and it all is very logical. God putting himself in the first woman, she gives birth, there you go. But do you know that there's more than just fornicating with, like, in the same bloodline? What if there were triplets and duplicates and all of them were separate to begin with? And they had families which made totally different bloodlines and totally different colored people. And it's not like everybody just had 12 wives and they were all sleeping with each other's. No, it's not. It's more scientific than what's being displayed and told. And what I'm telling you makes a whole lot more sense when it comes right down to it. So nothing God is can be described in the physical. We're just a little something something. The something he loves best, but we're still that something, you know? But really using logic and the science that we do know and can prove, something that sounds like a fairy tale, two men and a baby, or a man or a reptile that's able to give birth, or that is not describing making the first female with a male baby, um, not her own blood, but him coming into the world makes a whole lot more sense. And they're still two separate beings. They're two spirits in one that are separate. that went their separate ways, and it's not cloning. It's different colors of skin and different souls and everybody's soul. Why is it so hard to believe that you're a separate soul and not going into one big conglomeration of like a beehive situation that you all have to work together like that to hold it together? In a sense, that's what this world is, but that's not who you're meant to be. That's not who you are. You're able to go in this society and swim around with the other fish, but you're a whole nother different fish, as long as you're not like eating each other and whatever, you know. But I hope that makes more sense for you somehow, that men and women are separate in a lot of ways, and the Spirit of God has a trinity to it that needs to be very well understood. And then you'll understand yourselves a lot more too. You're not schizophrenic. You have actual people that are entities trying to reach you in your flesh, trying to talk to your soul that's consumed by fleshly things. That's not an easy task, you know. That is like a human being trying to talk to a fish. I mean, you can accomplish it. Eventually, those fish are going to know, well, if you say breakfast, they're going to probably start getting ready to go to Earth. They see you coming towards the tank or whatever, they're going to understand like maybe a certain time of day or something. But I don't know, you still can't actually hold on a whole conversation with them fish until if they were to become human and be able to communicate back. And that's kind of what it's like trying to reach people's souls that are in their such a fleshly state that they're not understanding the Spirit of God and the separation between male and female and how our spirits are supposed to work together, communing to God as one, you know, for our mother and father at the beginning. That's how we help them. That's how we honor them and show our love. That's honor thy mother and father. And that's just, it's not your earthly parents. This isn't, um, what you're reading spiritually is being played out physically. And what they're teaching science is physical. A lot of it is spiritual, and they can't grasp it. They can't describe it. I am actually describing it to you as a whole thing. So I hope that made some kind of sense. I thought I'd try one more time. All right, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. Peace. I love you.